come on in. Hey, why don't you have a seat for a second? I have to run through an announcement. Good morning, students. The school board has mandated that we're to assign all students the instruction manual assignment. This is part of their effective communication program. The assignment is to write an instruction manual about yourself to highlight all the unique aspects about you. And as a reminder, this is a mandatory assignment, so no one is exempt. And we'll be conducting video reports from a select group of students. Thank you.
Because gummy bears are icky. And they look good. They're not worm size.
This is a bit insane. Ain't no way they can just do this.
Yeah, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I need to see the following students: Sage Taylor, Finley Askar, Henry Kendrick, and Reese Howell. No, leave your stuff there. Just come on.
Why am I here? Talking to people? That's not my strong suit. I can't talk to people. I mean, the only reason I can even talk to you right now is because nothing with a pulse is in here. I still don't even understand why I'm here. Why am I talking to people at all? Oh, yeah. The manual. What is up with that anyway? That sounds like the stupidest thing in the entire world. And this whole thing is humiliating. Even if somebody does read it, that's... I can't get any more humiliated than I already am, for G's sakes.
You want to know how I feel about this? I think it's stupid. It is stupid. It's entirely unreasonable and clearly just another way to gain more control over the students. You should think about this for a second. What are they going to do with this information that we're writing down? They're going to sell it to the highest bidder. No more need for internet cookies or snooping in your neighbor's mailboxes. You get your hands on a small manual that we are required to write in. It's all over. All your personal information. It's out there. I'm not supporting this.
It's a graduation requirement.
What?
I don't have very much time. I have an English essay due, I have a math test to do, and I have math homework to do this class. Do you know what I feel about this manual thing? I feel that this is busy work, just busy work. Students already have way too much on their plate, such as school, sports, and things to do at home. And this would just be too much stress in their life, and I already have so much to do. Although it could be good because it could help me write a whole lot of my things for college, and I could be better prepared. Can I get out of here now?
Oh shoot! Oh man, give me a minute. Promise, I'll be right back. I'll be right back with you. All right, I got it. So real quick, do you guys have any food? No, I didn't eat breakfast this morning. Okay. Anyways, this is about the announcement thing, which I never listened to, just to put it out there. I clearly was not paying attention because my teacher, he was just like going off and off and off about something, and it reminded me of this pirate movie I watched a while ago. And there's these two pirates. They're constantly fighting, constantly bickering, and it just reminded me of that. And then they eventually got to this island, which it reminded me of my house, my old house I used to live at, because like the way that the grass was growing, it was kind of weird. There was like this really weird hill there that reminded me of the hill I used to play on all the time. Yeah. What were you talking about again?
Chapter 1. I fall apart like a taco in any social event. Who wants to read that?
This ain't right. We gotta rise up. Guys, we really need to talk. This ain't right.
Thank you.
I'll do it later.
Ready? Oh, be back.
This pointless assignment has just destroyed my reputation. For one, it's not even that difficult. If I would have just not overthought, I would have completed this. And now it's all over, and they're not taking it. And this is kind of ruining my life. I've been so stressed about this that I have been scoring worse on my exams, and I've been turning in other work late. If I don't stop this, I'm gonna end up like Jackson. Wait, probably shouldn't have said that. He's a good guy. He just did some stuff while he was in college, and he had to drop out and get into rehab. So I don't know how I feel about this, or how I feel about this manual, my whole life, what I'm trying to do, my reputation, and I just don't want to end up like him. Yeah.
I finished the manual. It wasn't hard or anything since most of the information's up here. I went to this club meeting in the library and saw someone who was just as anxious to be there as I was. I went up and was struck speechless, as usual. So I showed them the intro to my manual. Hi, I have a hard time talking to other people. I want to, but it's like my brain and mouth freeze up. I think you seem cool, and I want to get to know you, so hi. It was great. We hit it off. We read each other's manuals and talked about our attempts at light painting and other stuff. I talked. But then, the next day, I look on the school website and see this. That's not true. Look, the drawings are for a life and death anatomical art concept. Just when I thought I made a friend, I was stabbed in the back. No matter what I do, everybody will always find me weird.
Well, I finally did the assignment on time. I didn't turn it in, though. It was late. When I showed it to the teacher, she wasn't even surprised. She just looked at me and said, I know. I get it. Most of my assignments I turn in late, but, is that really all that I am? The real reason I didn't turn it in on time was because I didn't know what to write about. I mean, it's gonna sound cringe and dumb, but I mean, I don't know who I'm supposed to be. I go home, I play video games, I eat, and then I go to sleep. I don't even think about stuff like this. I don't make dream boards. I don't join clubs. I've never even taken a personality test, and I've been fine. But because of this stupid paper, my life is supposed to have meaning. I'm supposed to have meaning. And I have no one at home to help me. And here soon, I'm supposed to have my whole life figured out, and if I don't...
I hear word on the streets is that your little experiment is a big flop. Fine, I did your little manual, but I didn't turn it in. Instead, I've kept it, and I've read it over and over and over. I wrote about how difficult it is to get things done, unless your idea is fueled by fear instead of hope. I wrote about how everyone sees how everything you do is infantile and pointless. I wrote about how frustrating it is to watch important people bicker over small, pointless things to coddle us, when there are bigger problems. Even when you're trying to do good, someone else will always be affected by it. Even if I'm trying to do good, someone else will always end up getting hurt. Maybe in some twisted way, this manual could be helpful. Maybe if it was the first thing people saw, it would make them uncomfortable enough to do something. Or maybe not. I'm done. Thank you.
I took on this job because I thought that as young as we are, we can overcome anything. And I really wanted to show that. But at the end of the day, I guess we are just a bunch of stupid kids.
After our last interview, I took a chance. I went and talked to the school board to illustrate the disadvantages and flaws of this program. I think I managed to communicate quite effectively with them. And my speech has become a bit of a topic on social media. Don't get me wrong, I am very against this manual, but maybe I'm slightly grateful for it. Maybe, just maybe, it gave me the tiniest little bit of hope for the... Nope, I take it all back. Blech.
So how do you feel?
I feel so enlightened. I got a full 8 hours of sleep last night. Life is just, well, kind of amazing. Okay, but seriously, I sat down with my teacher and parents for the first time since like the 3rd grade, and we had a long discussion about my work. It wasn't bad or anything. My teacher just noticed I was stressed. They were going on about how I'm not just a list of achievements, and I told them that there was a me in achievements. So we had a laugh about that, and I just realized how this whole assignment was like the dumbest thing I ever did. And so I redid it and added some personal touches right here. And what else? And I visited Jackson yesterday. And then we talked over some tea. My treat, obviously. And I also submitted this for an essay, so maybe I could get a good grade out of this.
Hey, look, I got a watch. I found it on the ground somewhere. I did drop it during book club though, so it doesn't work anymore. Normally I wouldn't like wear a watch or jewelry or go to a book club or anything, but they have comic books in the library, which I didn't know about, and they were so much cooler because it's like watching a book. Like the pictures are really awesome. A few nights ago, I was playing video games, but I was doing a lot of thinking, and I kind of realized that not everything is necessarily going to be solved by some like big magic moment in my life, and that it might take time. But I mean, I'm not even done with the manual yet. I mean, most of it's just like drawings and stuff, but I started a list of things I really want to try. Ooh, I wonder if I could do a snack club. Oh, that would be really cool. I'm gonna write that down real quick.
After I left my manual behind, the kid that does the interviews picked it up and brought it back to me. I really didn't want it, but then they got to talking. And eventually, I got to talking. It was really awkward at first, and I wanted to melt out of my skin, but it slowly got more bearable. They said it was cool how I choose to be myself, and that I should continue doing so, even if it doesn't do me much. They'd asked me if I wanted to hang out at lunch the next day, and like the person I am with nobody to hang out with, I accepted their offer. The next day, we had hung out at lunch, and we talked about the most randomest things. So, if you're watching this, I have one last comment to make about this whole project. This manual is the stupidest thing in the entire world. And yet, it completely changed everything. This is so dumb. Who's gonna read the manuals anyway?
Guess what? The manual project has been canceled by the school board.
Really?
Yes!
Thank goodness. Why did I stress so much over this?
What?